What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise. Naruto-san, you're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing facts with the facts of Mr. Holmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business.
Yes, I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' production, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Willett is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts so we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needs to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. And... Yes. Article about the ballerina. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina.
That's right. You hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina,
Miss Nikolina Pavlova.
Ah!
So this was shown off in like the trailer back when like this was first announced.
Yeah.
Which I'm a little sad about, but I guess like if they had to do use one to like show off the thingamajig, I guess it had to be the first one.
Yeah. You're right. My real name is Nina. I'm Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Ballerina
on the run.
solved. Now the wrongdoing. Let's correct this shit.
Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see.
Ah.
And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently, and honestly, than the mouth. The answer we seek lies with where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case.
I feel like this is just retelling. Woman is a ballerina, and she's
It
right
is,
in front
I
of
just-
her eyes.
Now that we got past the first part, I figured why not.
Yeah.
It is different, technically.
So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well.
No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all.
Which case? What is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm gonna have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again.
You seem to look pleased, Naruto-san.
I love this.
Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around Mr. Holmes?
Stop it. Anyway, there must be something here that shows what this woman is up to.
Alright, so time to take another look around.
I see a tiara. Wow! Look at this dazzling tiara!
I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think?
Oh!
Oh, Naruto-san, try it on.
What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful.
Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently.
Hmm.
Right, look at the traveling case. It's a very small case, isn't it? You can see instantly that no person could possibly fit inside there.
So does that tell us that Miss Pavlova's telling glance in this direction was focused on something else?
If that's true, though, it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside?
Yes, I wonder why. Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason, though.
Anything else I can...
That's where she keeps her Yali collection.
Oh god. I can't look at evidence in it.
X.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
yeah,
I was looking
you
at
can't.
the criminal record, but I can't.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Yes. Tiara. A proof of your crime is surely this tiara.
I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Nodovovich Ballet, is it not? One day I'll be able to actually pronounce that correctly.
We're close.
Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara picture here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary,
Crime
the
you
crime.
have committed is theft. Oh no.
Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
Ah! Still on part 1 of this case too.
Yeah.
This is a long-ass case.
Oh yeah.
I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old. She's run away all by herself. Must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I'll tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now.
Come, let us not be hasty.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You staunchly refuse to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova?
My dear...
Oh, my dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me. We're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless what'd you say, Kuduel?
Well, yeah.
Okay, betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written on the books on the shelf, or written in the books on the shelf.
He's completely changed tack with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Holmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. No It must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
I agree. That's the only answer.
Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase.
So what else is over here?
Let me take a look. There's a small picture, which I think was in the before. I'm just curious about this.
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
There's exactly the same notice in our cabin too. I wonder what happens if you break the rule.
Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment would be severe now, Hoda-san. You'd probably be left adrift in the freezing cold ocean. Or shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end.
I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I? Okay.
So do you remember what happened before this whole thing started?
Somewhat.
Like right as soon as we got into this room, I mean.
The first thing I remember was, first thing I remember from today, at least, is Herlock sleeping in the fucking wardrobe.
Okay, what about 2 days ago?
Trying to remember. That was 2 days ago, and my brain got fried. Gonna look at this real quick.
Okay. There's only like 3 things here it could be. We can already roll one of them.
Yeah. Also.
Oh, this is a charming little picture, isn't it?
What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountainside?
Or descending one, it seems to me.
When you've been on the flat sea for a while, maybe you start seeing hills and mountains and everything. Alright, let's see. Self. Ah, it looks like these are all the same books that we have in our cabin. I suppose the steward likes to make sure the passengers have plenty of time to read for the long voyage.
And have you noticed how all the books have fallen over, just like in Cosmo-sama's cabin? It's almost like someone's taking a sweep at them.
Maybe Miss Pavlova while she was practicing her ballet? Second.
Okay.
I remember, like, telling me that taking a nap and she left her card on the counter. That guy got run errands for her later.
Okay.
Direct. Anyway, the point is, we don't have time to look through all these books.
We couldn't even if we want to. They're all in Russian.
That's a relief. Let's try our luck elsewhere.
Alright.
To the cabin door.
It's a metal door, the same as in Cosmo's cabin.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, it's you. Yes, and the rather slim bolt is the same as well.
Well, if Miss Pavlova was actually glancing over at the door instead of the bookcase, that would suggest a desire to run away from this cabin.
Maybe.
So, you said there was only 3 things, but there were 4 things.
Okay, well, yeah.
But I'm thinking it might be the door.
Do you think?
I'm trying to think, because... yeah, the door... the door might be the first thing, actually. How far back can we go?
I think as far as, like... Oh, yeah, no, that's just like, back to the beginning of the thing, okay.
God damn.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Let me guess, it's the picture.
No.
Let me guess, it is the door.
No.
It is the bookcase.
No.
It's the warning. It's a
Yes.
passage.
Good God.
Yes. Yes. The reason why you refused to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabin. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from the carriage on his vessel. The cabin on his vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents.
Oh, there's a dog in there. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move on its own accord.
Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case.
Is the
last item as forbidden on the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. That's going to take some practice, I think.
Yeah, that will.
So, 1 second. I want to see if I can re-find this this meme I found.
Oh God.
Let's see here.
Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved.
It's up here somewhere. There we go. Oh, son of a bitch, it's in. That's it. Okay. Alright.
Deduction complete. Elementary.
Yes, indeed.
That was hilarious. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were. Oh, I am not Grimsby Roylott.
There's the meme I was talking about.
My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. Let me take a look at the meme real quick.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna use that for this for a thumbnail.
Okay. Yeah, give us a break from the fucking, like, the frickin' Ryunosuke perched over the defense bench for a while.
That's actually purely unintentional.
I don't believe you.
No, it
surely,
was,
surely all three of the fucking, like, the things couldn't be the same thing over and over again, right? Because it gives you 3 to, like, choose from.
Oh, I don't even wait for them to load, I just go straight to the upload.
Okay.
And that's just what they choose.
Okay.
My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel.
Which couldn't have been easy. Bordia is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Would you really have snuck on board without being noticed?
In order to obscure from your in order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone.
So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from inside the cabin?
That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why none other than this young lady, naturally.
More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. God damn. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they'd come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself? So no one would recognize me.
Yeah.
I love little, like, language, like, you know, mishaps like that with foreign characters.
Yeah.
It adds a bit of an interesting personality. People will say it's, like, kind of stereotypical, but let's be honest, when you're
It's funny, though.
And when you're learning a new language or not using something you're not used to...
Like, that happens.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
As a result, you transformed yourself into a questionable old man? I see.
I put on the fur hat and the fake beard. Then just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time.
Are those two even talking about the same thing? Okay.
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case?
And how is it not screaming? Because goddamn, if a pet goes into a case like that, they'd be screaming. You are right. It's my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew.
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night.
Yes, alright. I will tell you.
Oh, Miss Naruto? Wasn't it something Mr. Holmes' great deduction?
It was certainly something. Yes.
There
I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible.
Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing.
Oh, yes? What?
Observe your wrists.
Oh god. My...
They're back.
Oh my god.
Ah, your hands are cuffed again.
What? But how?
True to my word, I've restored your shackles.
When and why? Oh my god.
There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruto. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Ah. Can't it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say.
I almost forgot that Cosmo was murdered for a second. Entire situation.
Yeah, that happens. Sometimes. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Cosmo-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Alright, so let's take a look at the thing, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm gonna... Let me see. Don't touch! Huh? I will tell you what I know about last night, but please, you must not touch my things. How do you say? Forbid it! Oh, sorry.
As well you should be, young man. What vulgar manners you have. Poking around in a young lady's private belongings. Neither shall I allow it.
Hypocrite!
Alright, so I guess we actually have to talk to her first.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's... First. What happened last night? You know what? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? Another crewman told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died was a friend of mine. Oh. That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed with a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded.
Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that happened. Nah. Steam engine exploding. Totally casual. Just ask Jonathan Joestar.
Yeah. Hey, better steamship than an airplane. I think Joseph Joestar can attest to that.
Yes.
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. running away. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only little food and water. We must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me.
So you ran away to protect yourself?
Yes, and the crew of the ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come aboard, and they said I could hide in this cabin.
That is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova. It creates a most interesting conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruto?
Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but...
So what is this conundrum?
Let's ask about the conundrum, yep.
Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night.
Ah, that's it, of course.
So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came on board.
Oh, yeah. Roganov, that is not your business. Yes, you're right. You did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It's how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here, too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. They're gonna buy this shit, aren't they? You're considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Mr. Holmes once said, I never can resist the touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself.
I love you, but I also hate you.
A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact.
Yes, Mr. Shoei. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is gonna tell us what really happened. Alright, now for friend. So the friend you mentioned is in your traveling case, is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage.
Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious...
Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison and throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes.
But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it?
Maybe an adorable little rabbit? Huh. Oh.
You couldn't rush as a land with small rabbits, do you?
Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then?
You may well ask. I have no idea.
Also, I just pulled my shoulder doing a stretch background.
You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance.
So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that!